Welcome to day 8 of Mindset Mastery and you being in this 90-day blitz with me inside this playlist for how to conquer what's in here so that you can physically hold what you desire. I truly, truly believe, and Bob Proctor said it best. He was my light mentor before he passed. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Write that down. If I can see it in my mind, I can hold it in my hand. It's just about you understanding how to set the right goal, how to close the knowing and doing gap of what we're talking about this week, and then you being able to go the distance rather than settling based on conformity, based on you thinking that you have no choice but to just, these are the cards I've been dealt. We do not do this. We do not do that in this playlist. And I hope you engage that by now. Now, as always, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel and ring the bell for being notified every time I post, especially in this playlist, if you're wanting to conquer something better financially this year, please do so right now. And then as always, as soon as you hear something that's the aha moment, the really inspiring woohoo for you inside of this video, please drop a like. I would love to collaborate and hear from you. And as always, if you have a question or a thought at the end, or something comes to mind and you want to discuss it, please drop a comment below this video. I'd love to hear from you as well. Now, inside the knowing doing gap, yesterday we talked about how you know a lot and yet your results are inferior. How the quote of knowledge is power is freaking BS. And I'm sure you can gauge as to why now. It's the application of the knowledge. It's the understanding of that application. That is the knowledge. That is the power. Yes, if that makes sense for you, just drop the word makes sense below this video right now on this playlist. I'd love to hear from you. But here's the thing. There are two pieces as to why there is such a gap between what you know, what you make noise about, what you affirm, what you say, what you talk to people about. I want to get out of debt. I want to do this. If only I could make more. I want to make more. You say it, you say it, you say it. You're making a bunch of noise, but you don't actually have that result. You haven't yet gotten out of debt. You haven't yet been able to make more, right? So inside of this video, and then tomorrow for the next day, we're going to talk about the two pieces of your mind and how to combine the two so that you understand how to create that powerful moment, those powerful paychecks, those powerful ways in which to live. Okay. Now, first one, conscious mind. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about the subconscious mind. So be sure to subscribe so you're in the know for that as soon as it's posted. Now, your conscious mind, as we talked about yesterday, is your knowledge. You're a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. You know all about this, then you know about all that topic, and you've taken a course, then you have the education and you landed the degree and you retain the information. That is your conscious mind. Think of it up here. Okay. This is your conscious mind. Tomorrow will be more here focused, so to speak, because it's different. It's not just the retainment of the knowledge, it's the feeling of the knowledge, right? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. With your conscious mind, you are doing things that you don't want to be doing, yet you're doing them anyway. You know better. You might be corrected by someone. Say a spouse says, hey, you're wanting to release some weight. Don't eat 5 bites of that cake or 5 entire pieces of cake, right? Yet you do it, right? Well, the reason you do it is because you know a lot, but your results are not reflecting what you know. It's because you're so accustomed to having the knowledge. This is how I release weight. This is how I make money. This is how I report to my boss. This is how I get a job. This is how I'm a mom. This is how I'm a spouse. You have all the knowledge, but yet you're not doing anything different. So what are you having? Just like we talked about last week, Groundhog Day, a repeat of the same old, same old, same old. And you're wondering why nothing changes. Well, it's because what you know does not matter. It's what you do about the knowledge. It's the application. It's the application that you're missing, right? Now, when you're doing things that you don't want to be doing, yet you know better, you have to ask yourself, and this is why I literally would encourage you to narrate. Literally say it out loud. I don't care if you get funny looks. Well, okay, maybe whisper it to yourself then if you're like at work or something. But I want you to say to yourself, I know better. Why am I doing this? Why am I just mindlessly scrolling through social media? Literally call yourself out, narrate what it is you're doing. Because just because you don't actually say, okay, I'm not going to run on the treadmill today, When you don't narrate that out loud and you just default to the opposite, it's literally as if you said out loud, I will not exercise today. And if you were to narrate that and you were to call to attention what you know and how it's not matching what you do, how it's not matching the goal of what it is you want, you'd stop doing the thing or you would start doing the thing. In North America alone, we spend $60 billion a year for knowledge. But how much of that knowledge is actually then retained in a camp, in the application, in a blitz, in the execution? Hardly any. Businesses will spend buku bucks to have a professional, an expert come in and teach the person about something, but then they don't have any homework. They don't have any go do this and go do that and go have that and go have it done by this time. There's no real accountability, right? It's because we are so accustomed since a young age to just retain the knowledge, hurry up and memorize it, hurry up and study it. But then that study stops once we're done with that task to say, I knew and know a lot. Well, here's the thing when it comes to your income results, especially when it comes to your income results, your paycheck does not care what you know. Your paycheck cares what you do. Write that down. In fact, comment that below this video right now if you heard that part. Your paycheck does not care what you know. You want to increase your paycheck? You have to reflect back what you do in order for that paycheck to increase, for it to be impacted, for it to be heightened, for it to go to a new level. I don't care right now if you're making $5,000 a month or $5,000 a week or $5,000 a day. I work with people right now, including myself, who do all of the above. And if you want to increase your income, you want better impact for you and those around you, you have to understand what you're putting in your conscious mind and how to close the gap for, I retained all this knowledge, I'm studying, I'm there, I checked the box, I'm in this training. But did you actually apply what you learn? Are you actually using and doing what it is you know? Only you can answer that, right? The last thing I want you to think about, okay, is it's one thing in school, for example, that's what we're accustomed to. You read it, you remember it, you repeat it, right? Make sure that you are actually doing it. So it's not just RRR. It's not just remember it. It's not just read it. It's not just, repeat it. It's a rinse and repeat process when you actually do the thing, just like rinsing your hands. If I say go rinse your hands for dinner and my kids do that, they're doing something. They're not just, oh, I thought about going to the bathroom to wash my hands, right? They didn't just think about it. They don't just know about washing their hands. They go do the thing, right? So RRRD, read it or listen to it like a playlist like this. Remember it. Write down how you feel. Remember something, okay? Then repeat it. Narrate yourself every single day when you go to make a choice. I'm not going to exercise. If you decide and you say that out loud, I bet you bottom you're going to exercise because it sounds bad when you're vocalizing, I am choosing not to do this thing today, right? So that's your way of repeating it. That's your way of narrating, and then go do it. RRRD. RD. D, go do the thing you keep talking about rather than just being a person who makes noise. It's not enough to have the knowledge. That conscious mind, that's the retainment of info. Now, in the next day, the next video, we're going to understand how your subconscious mind works. It's the other piece of this for closing the knowing and doing gap. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you're notified as soon as that video goes out, because the subconscious mind is where the rubber meets the road. It's literally what is determining your physical results right now: income, relationships, health, all of it. Stay tuned. We'll see you then. With grace, Kirsty.